Hey everyone, I welcome you to WebAppGameProgramHacker, and today we are starting a new series in which we will be making a lot of new projects, Python projects basically. So if you want more videos like this, just leave a good thumbs up, means a like, and also subscribe the channel so that you don't miss any notification from us. Okay, so today we are simply going to make something called English Dictionary. Okay, or you can say English thesaurus. Okay, so what you have to do is, you might be thinking that how we are able to make a dictionary with all the words and meanings available in English. So you just have to go to the link down in the description, download the JSON file. It is completely virus free, and so you just have to download that, put it just along with your Python file which we are making with like dic.py or dictionary.py or any one of those, and you will be good to go. So as we're doing something using JSON, we have to import JSON module in Python, which is a Python standard module or standard Python module, and after that we just have to load the data into our variable which will be data for us, like json.load, and inside this I'm simply going to write open. So we will be opening a file which will be the data file in the description. Okay, so if you're keeping it just along with your Python file, then you can write data.json. If you're not keeping it with you, the Python file, for example, you're writing you're keeping it in a files folder, so what you can do is you just have to simply write files / data.json. So that will be the code which I have to write. So basically we are just opening a JSON file using JSON module in Python. Now after that, what you have to do is you just have to keep a word like input, and we'll just enter word, and after that we'll just print something like data. So anything related to that word. For example, if I just run this by saving, so enter word, if I just write here enter only, so you can see for now it is giving me an error, because everything in the JSON file, all the words are in small letters, but I am writing E as the capital. So if I just run this again, so if I just write it like this, so you can see to come or go into, to insert, and to decode data into an electronic computer in permanent form, to have one's name formally recorded as a participant or member. So these are the meanings, 3 meanings given here. So obviously there might be various meanings of a single word also. So this is not at all user interface. The interface is not good at all for the user. So we can increase the user interactivity. So basically what we are going to do is, to shorten our code, I'm going to have here something like translate function, and it will have the W inside that, and instead of this thing I'm going to write here translate word.lower, so that I don't get the problem which I just got in the error of capital letters. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to return something where that will be data W. So there are some issues here. So basically, if someone enters something else, for example, he had to enter rain with RAIN, but basically what he did is just did this. So you can see here it will give an error, but we don't want that error. Instead we want something to good, so which is user friendly. For example, I just write here if W in data dot key. So if the word is inside the word, all the words, the dictionary words, then you just have to return the data W, else you just have to give a message. For example, I just return something like return, and I'll write here enter something else, and then I word not found, and then I'll write here double check the word. So you can write anything you want. For example, I am writing this thing. If I just run this again, so you can see I just write here this thing. So you can see here enter something else, word not found, double check the word. So This is quite a good looking program, but still I'm not satisfied, as we want something else. What we want is basically we are going to compare a word with another word so that we can check what is the best probability. For example, rain is RAINN is somewhat similar to RAIN, so we are going to do that. So I just write here from difflib import. I'm going to import get close matches. So what this does is it simply gets the close matches of text. For example, RAINN will be matched to some else word in a particular list or a dictionary else, and then it will tell me the answer. For example, if I inside the else, I just write here if, okay, so close match, I'm going to have a close match here. Close match equals to get close matches, and inside this I'm going to have the word along with the data dot keys, so it will compare all of them. And then what I'm going to do is if close matches, so this will be in a obviously in a list, so that all the close matches are saved in a list. So close matches, close match equal to 0. So if there is no close match, then we will just return this thing we have written here like this. Else I'm going to do something else, like else, and here I'm going to return something else, obviously, because for I in range, so I have to go from the range len close match like this. Yeah, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to return okay, no, so I just want to close statement. So this is basically the statement which will be printed to check if the user has the confirmation that is this the word. For example, rain, RAINN matches with RAIN also, with rainy also, so that those two words are some close to the thing, so the user might be writing anything. So what we are going to do is we are just going to write here F for format, obviously. Do you want to say, I'm just writing here close match, and inside this I, because obviously that this thing that is why we are iterating that, Y for yes and N for no. Okay, so you're going to do this thing if close statement equal to okay, once again I'm going to input this thing like this, if close statement equal to y, as well as I'm going to convert it into lower to avoid any error, any type of error. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just simply going to return once again, so the correct word now will be the close match and I. Okay, so return once again, yeah, so return something like data w like this. Okay, so now after this thing in the else part, if none of them match, then return this will be running obviously, and if it does not do that, we'll just pass. Okay, so yeah, you can also pass, or you can just leave this like this only, so without anything. Now if I just run this time, just right here I want to say no, do you want to say no? If you yes, so you can see abounding with rain. This is a list type thing. I don't want it to be a list, so what I'm going to do is I'm just simply going to make a string here, and whenever the return data w is written, I have to write here something like this, data w string plus equals to, I'm going to write here f, and 1 second, yeah, so I'm going to write here this thing, and in here I. Okay, so I'm going to copy this thing and keep it here. Okay, so now I just don't have to write her data w, I just have to write her string because obviously I have to return string now, because after making the string I need to return it so that it is printed. So for example, I just write here rain like this, and I'll just bigger this a little bit. Do you want to say rain? Yes. So you can see before it was being a list and it was in a single line and it wasn't user friendly, but now all the meanings are being printed in different lines. And if I just run this again, and I'll just write here run, so you can see I want to say run. Yes, so you can see all the meanings are being printed in different lines, in various lines, in a proper format which is user friendly. So what we had just done is we just imported json, difflib, and then we just loaded the file using load and open, and then we made a function which is being called right here, and we had taken a word in here, string, and done a lot of code. So this was a shorter code because obviously if you had made the JSON file yourself, then it would have been taken you years to make. But if you have something downloaded from online, like link in the description, or you just surf the internet and then you find the JSON file, then it would be better. So you don't have to make the JSON file yourself. There are other methods for this to do, like you can also have an SQL database. One day I'll make that episode also. Don't worry about that. If you haven't seen my other videos, see them and subscribe to the channel so that you get the notifications quite early before the others, obviously. So that was all for this video. I will meet you in the next video. Leave your comments, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. Bye.